All right, so I'm going to teach you how to create a Google form so that people can log in or sign up actually for your trainings, right? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to your Drive, right? So you're going to go to drive.google.com. Oops. I'm going to go to drive.google.com, right? Here, the first thing that I would recommend, it's not necessary, but it's just good organizational skills, is to first create a folder, right? So I'm going to create a folder here and I'm going to call this training sign up, something like that, whatever works for you. Okay. So I create a folder that says training sign up. And inside, I'm going to go ahead and open up that folder. Inside that folder, now I can create a Google form, right? And the way to do that is over here on the left side, you're going to click on the plus, and then you go down to Google Form. Okay, so here inside Google Form, you can go ahead, I'm gonna go ahead and click that, okay. Inside Google Form, this is it, very simple. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and title this, right? So let's just say I'm gonna call this September training, for example. Whatever you wanna call it, you can put the date and whatnot, right? And then in the form description, whatever the training is gonna be, right? For example, cold calling or whatever the subject is for that day. And here I will do something very simple. I'm going to do first name. All right. So these are now you're going to add the questions. I'm sorry. You're going to add the questions that the agents are going to see once you send them that link, right? So here I'm going to call this first name. You can do whole name, but I prefer to do it first name and last name as separate questions because it's going to be easier to organize, right? So you select the question and then you select what kind of answer are they allowed. Right here, I'm going to select short answer. And I'm also going to open up or click here so that it's required. It's a required question. They have to answer it. Otherwise, they cannot continue, right? So then I'm going to go ahead and click here to add another question. Here, I'm going to put last name. Okay. And then once again, the question type is going to remain as short answer. Once again, I'm going to create that and make sure that it's required. And then, of course, the last one right here, I'm going to do license number, if that's what you need. And I'm going to do short answer for the question type as well. Once again, if you want it to be required, you go ahead and select here so that it's required. This little red asterisk means that it is required. So once you click on the next one, I'm going to do an additional one. Just so I can change the answer type, right? For example, I don't know. Will you be attending the conference in Vegas? I don't know, something like that. Whatever question it is that you're asking. Here you can do either a drop down or multiple choice. I'm going to select multiple choice. And as you can see, it gives you options, right? Yes, no, maybe, and so forth, right? So I'm going to go ahead and click add all. And what the agents are going to see is just those options. Here in this type of question, they will not be able to type anything out. Rather, they will only have the choice of answering yes, no, or maybe. Okay. If you don't want a maybe, you can just take out the maybe and they have to answer either yes or no. We'll go ahead and make that required. And this is it. You can already send this to them and they will be able to see it. Now, you can, of course, adjust the colors and so forth, right? You're going to see over here on the left side that it's not named yet. Even though you put a title here, it's not named yet. But if you click on it, it auto populates, and that's pretty much it. Now, you want to see what they will see when you send it. This is the preview button. So if you click here on the preview button, this is what the agent is going to see when they open up the link. Here, they'll type out their first name, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll just go ahead and fill it out, Alex. uh, Lopez, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And are you going to be attending Vegas? And yes, and I'm going to go ahead and click submit. Okay. Always remember that in Google Drive, everything auto save, so there's no need to save. I can safely close this out and know that it is still there, right? You're going to see here that in the responses, I already have one response, right? So I can click here on the responses, me as a creator of the form, right? They won't be able to see that, but you will, the creator of the form, right? And so you can see here who answers it, right? Right now I only have one person, but once you have big a big list, it's probably easier to do this. All you have to do is click link to sheets, and it's going to automatically create a spreadsheet for you, and it's going to save it, right? And I'll show you what that looks like. And this is it. This is what's so great about it, right? That it will give you a spreadsheet with all their answers, right? And it is also time stamped. Time stamped. From here, of course, you can always download this as a Microsoft Excel if you prefer working with Microsoft Excel. Okay, so that's the gist of it. Now, how do you send it to the agents? It's going to be very simple, right? So if you go back over here to your form, to your initial form, I click on questions, right here. All right, so back here to the form, there's a send button, right? So you click on that send button. Now, here you would have to enter all the emails, but of course that would take too long. So what you want to do is click here on this one, and this is going to give you a link. It's going to create a link for you. I always like to do this, shorten the URL because it's so much easier, right? And here I can copy this link, and from here I can either send it via email or send it via WhatsApp, right? I normally connect my WhatsApp here to my computer and I would just send it out. Or since I have Google Drive on my phone, I can do it from my phone as well, from wherever I'm at. This is it. Once you click on that, send it to them, they will be able to fill out your form. And it's really that simple.